Yeah, it's that heat, no chill, all flame. Sports Lounge Live, we never play no games. Talking stats, trash, take stat, ignite. Step in the ring, bring facts to take flight. Sounds up, lights flash, it's about to explode. Every mic drop heavy, every angle we load. From the court to the field, we call it how we feel. No script, just skill, this debate getting real. Sports Lounge Media, where fire meets the mic. Say what you mean, cause we don't do polite. Welcome to the lounge.
The Sports Lounge Media Show is brought to you by Cali Built Graphics. Welcome to the line.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I'm super excited to get with you guys today because it's Hump Day, and when it's Hump Day, it's a Sports Lounge Media. I'm in a type of mood that is kind of like, man, football is over, basketball is coming, the season's finally done. What's gonna happen next? So I'm in a bitter, sweet type of mood today. But the season's finally over. And we're here to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to recap that for you. We're also going to talk about what it's going to look like in the future for y'all, and also just break down everything here. Also, we're going to start with our experience over in San Francisco for the media week. So let's dive into it. Sarai will start on Wednesday. Give us a little synopsis of what you experienced on Wednesday, and then we'll walk into Thursday when me and Mark finally show up late, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, so such an amazing experience, especially being able to go as a now credentialed team, right? So it was super exciting to get to experience and be part of a lot of the big podcasts that are there, the news broadcasts that are there, and being able to network and see so many people. So it was definitely an experience. I had actually never done an NFL fan experience either. So I think that that was also so much fun for me as well to experience, and being able to interact with all the fans that came from all over, from all different teams. So I really, really enjoyed how much the NFL puts into thought for just the fans that can experience what it's like to be part of an NFL community, outside of the media, right? Because fans aren't able to go into media row where all the big time people are. So that was definitely an experience for us.
Yeah, and then we jumped into, me and Mark showed up a little late, or a lot of late, however late you want to make it. I was on my culture's time. So we showed up when we showed up. But although we showed up when we showed up, it still was an amazing time. Now, I cannot come up with the amount of words that I want to come up with to tell you what we experienced, how we experienced it, and what it felt like, because it was just completely amazing. And the group of people that we were with, we got a lot of stuff done, and it was just an amazing time. And the fact that we're able to do this year in and year out now is even better, right? So we'll become better, we'll create more content, and we'll be able to give it to you guys, which will come up shortly, I believe, of all the stuff that we accomplished and did. I think some of us kind of posted a little bit about how our experience was there, but in a nutshell, I mean, the amount of people that we met, shout out to Jordan Malata, meeting him and his wife, two amazing individuals. Loved interviewing him, and Sarai was able to interview the wife, his wife, and that was amazing. Meeting just multiple different people. Mark, the word on the street, Mark met all his favorite players. Are you talking about the Lions players? Because he didn't, I don't think he met.
I think he's talking about his picture with Jordan.
Oh.
Hey, I respect that dude from the fact being that, where he came from and how he did it. So I've never had an issue with Jordan Mailata. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a little man, but standing next to that dude, I felt like I was a 7-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm used to like standing next to my cousin, and he's a big guy. My cousin Adrian, who's also a pro football player, and standing next to my cousin, I'm used to it. But standing next to Malata is like standing next to like Goliath or something. It was like insane, and the way that like I don't know if it was Sarai or DP, the way they angled the picture made me it made me look like a dang ant. I was like, yo, it made me even smaller than what it really was, but that's how it felt. So the picture, the point of view of the picture is definitely how I felt, like an ant. So it was crazy. But all in all, guys, I mean, the experience, let's draw you in, is when you go into the fan experience, just the fan experience alone, we won't spend too much time on Radio Row, but the fan experience, you go in there as a fan and you're able to line up in these different yeah, he is funny as hell as well. Yeah. And the thing that is crazy is I didn't get it. The one thing that I regret going in there, I was too focused on asking questions and not focused on like some of the personal things. Is he likes to sing, and I didn't get him a chance to get him to sing, and I'm like, I didn't get I didn't get a chance for him to sing his favorite song. But all in all, with the fan experience, you go in and you're able to get autographs. You're able to go to different venues and kick field goals and see the Lombardi, and there's just so much to do as a fan. I don't think you can accomplish it all in one day. I mean, unless you start in the morning and you go all the way to the night. But just all of it in a sense. And every day they had their own little thing. We were able to see the one-on-one band. We're able to see some of the fan experience as far as who they had in the concert venues, and the food that they was giving out, and us being foodies, that was crazy. And just all of it. And if you ever have a chance to experience that, I very, very much encourage you to do so, because it's a time, it's just a memory you will never experience ever in your life. I mean, it was better than Disneyland as a child, to be honest, for me.
Yeah, see, for me, when it comes to the NFL experience, I'm gonna agree with what Mike says. When it comes to like the enjoyment, I've been to a lot of different things, but the way that the NFL had set this up and allowing the kids, the adults, trying to kick a field goal. I mean, I don't know if that is going to get released, but we will show our boy DP possibly trying to kick a field goal. I mean, I don't know. I wish I would have had a chance, but yeah, no, I was not waiting as long as they were waiting to try and kick this field goal. But no, for between that, even different different things of kids trying to throw t-shirts into dryers and stuff like that when they're waiting to meet Bryce Young. I mean, there were so many different experiences, so many different things, having the chance to see Barry Sanders and up close and personal. And that dude he might not be very tall compared to Mailata, but I will say this, that dude is the same size as I am. I mean, I'm just like, dude, you're like 3 foot wide. You might not be, 7 foot tall like Mailata, but you 3 foot wide. So having those type of things and seeing them, it's something that I don't think any of us that were there personally would ever be able to say that it's not one of the at least top fives. I mean, no, I'm not a world traveler, but I've experienced a lot of things. But I would say that the NFL experience is probably a top 5 event to be able to do, especially being a sports person. So if you guys have that opportunity, definitely. Did I have a chance to meet Barry? No, he was actually, I was standing next to him. Right when he was walking into where he was getting ready to start meeting other people, but did not get to have the opportunity to talk to him because, that right there would have knocked off. I'd been like, I'm done. I'm going home.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people. Like we've seen a lot of players and celebrities and stuff, but the chance to get us, like, we would need a crew of probably 50 to 100 to be able to get to every single person. But we'll be well prepared next time. And we're excited about that. The other thing that I would say is, if you're an NFL junkie, no pun intended, but it would be at top of your list to go. Like it's and this next year is on the West Coast again, so we're excited that we'll have a chance to do that again.
Just real quick, so everybody knows, you do not have to be credentialed or anything like that to have the opportunity to do the NFL experience. All you have to do is go through the app. What was it? One Pass, and I want to say it was like 40. If you buy your tickets in advance, you get them for like $40 or $50. I don't know what it is. It kind of varies the farther along or the closer it gets to the actual day of the event. But with that being said, it's anybody gets to go. It's just purchasing those type of tickets and that access. And it was lasting from 3 p.m. You had like time slots, and you can stay there pretty much all day until, I think it lasted until like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And so if you had, like how we were allowed to go in earlier, obviously. But for every other person, you can buy those tickets and you get in at 3 o'clock. Or whatever time slot you purchase. So, and if on the last day, which was Sunday, check-in was like at noon, and you got to go a little longer. So I want to make sure you guys know that. Do not think that you have to have credentials. Any person can go. You don't have to have a ticket to the Super Bowl or anything like that. You can just go down and have that opportunity to experience, even if it is just for a day.
Cool. Anything else, Soraya, you want to add to that?
No, I think you guys covered it.
All right. Well, that's kind of our experience. Again, you'll see videos and content and things, I believe, that we're putting together to show you guys kind of like how it went down there and who we met and how that experience is. Just follow us on all platforms, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also visit us at www.sportsloungemedia.com. We are going to jump into our next segment on the recap of the Super Bowl right after this.
This segment is brought to you by Number One Sports Fan. Welcome.
You turn the simple into magic. Turn the background to a classic. Love ain't just in February, no. It's late night calls when your heart feels heavy. It's slow jams playing in a parked up Chevy. A real thing, baby, we don't move petty. Love ain't just in February, yeah. Sunday sweats and your big t-shirt ready. Every month you're my Valentine. Love all year, you're my favorite sign.
And we're back. Oh, without our Tennessee guy, Bama. I get to say it a couple of times. But anyways, what you just heard right there was our guy Malik Porsche, and coming out with his new album coming out soon. You can get your pre-orders on 2/20, but also it has a release date on 2/22. Super excited about that. Super excited about that. Us collabing with him, and don't forget to go. He'll be on all streaming channels to be able to get that as well. When we're well connected with that individual as well. But let's dive right into it. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. And let's talk about all 4 quarters of the Super Bowl. Excited to talk about this game. I think. I mean, the first half wasn't exciting. But yeah. What was your guys's favorite part about the Super Bowl, if there was one? TPC, aka J Silk. And what was your favorite part about the Super Bowl, if there was one? If not, what was your takeaway from the Super Bowl as we've seen it?
For me, it was the show that Sam Darnold is able to win the big one. A lot of people were waiting for it. I know Mike and myself were talking about this before the show. Everyone was expecting him to throw the pick or something like that. And I think I was the one guy the one person that kept saying, like, y'all keep talking how bad of a quarterback he really is, but when you look at what he did statistically, yeah, everyone has a bad game, but it wasn't as bad as everyone constantly says. You have to look at who he had. And so with the team that he did, and he's a Super Bowl champ, at the end of the day, he's a Super Bowl champ. He did what he needed to do to be successful. Kenneth Walker played a great game. But hands off to that defense, man. That defense, I mean, that was lights out, is what that was.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if you like a defensive game, definitely this probably would have been the game for you to watch, because it's low scoring, it's all defense. I personally like a high scoring offensive game. And so, yeah, for me, it was a little difficult to watch because I would prefer to have a more action packed type of game. So the best thing for me for the Super Bowl was Benito Bowl. So that's kind of, I am super happy for Sam. I do feel like a lot of people, said Sam Darnold's going to be Sam Darnold. And when it comes, push to shove, he's not going to be able to get it done. So I'm glad that he was able to finally stand in his light. And a lot of people are able to give him flowers now, for him being able to bring his team out and win that trophy.
Yeah. And for me, I wouldn't go as far as flowers. I think I'll give him what he deserves, and that's to win. I think Sam Darnold still has a lot to prove. He's been in the league for a little while now. He had to play 2 games, and in those 2 games to get to the Super Bowl, he played exactly the way he needed to play. In the first game, he only had 88 yards, so he didn't have to throw the ball much, which, as we know as Eagle fans, when you throw the ball less, there's less chances for you to make a mistake or throw an interception. What was interesting in this game, though, Sam Darnold was 19 for 38. So he had 38 attempts. And you would think now in the Super Bowl, he would throw one of those picks because it's 38 attempts. He did have 202 yards and a touchdown. And that was the one game he needed to play a pretty good game. And he did it. He absolutely did it. He did have help with Kenneth Walker going for 27 carries and 135 yards. He didn't score a touchdown, but he had that. And, Cooper Kupp was big in that game. AJ Barner was good in that game. What was surprising to me is Shaheed. Shaheed wasn't really a big focus in that game as he was in the season and coming up to this game. Shaheed only had 2 receptions for 27 yards, tied with JSN, another big target that we thought would be big in this. Although we know that he had an injury in the game, we believe he was out for quite some time. Again, you guys can talk about the injury. I'm not sure what the injury was, but he only had 4 receptions for 27 yards as well. But Cooper Kupp was 6 receptions for 61 yards, and you had AJ Barner with 4 receptions for 54 yards and 1 touchdown. This game really came down to Sarai, like Sarai said, is the defense. It was a big defensive game. And what shocked me was Patriots defense. Patriots defense was able to hold them to 3 field goals actually 4 field goals in the game until the fourth quarter hit, and they scored 17 points and the Patriots scored 13 points. So really the game really started in the fourth quarter, and it was just a little bit too late for Drake May, who everybody called to be MVP. He did not look good in this game at all. Now, when we talk lights are bright, I thought this was the man that's going to show up. But with that kind of defense and we talked about the scheduling, we talked about the body of work, I think you caught up to him. He was 27 for 43 yards, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he also had 2 interceptions in this game, guys. And then Drake May was the leading rusher in this game. Yeah, 5 carries for 37 yards. We didn't hear from Stevenson, who had 7 carries and 23 yards, and we didn't hear from Henderson, who had 6 carries for 19 yards. Matt Collins, who came in as a Hannibal or Cannibal or whatever he came in as, he was the leading receiver for 4 receptions, 78 yards, with Douglas coming in with 5 for 45. And Stevenson did show. Diggs, again, I know somebody mentioned something about the Diggs situation. Soraya, I believe, will cover that this Friday on what happened in the Super Bowl. Look forward to that being dropped with Tiwa Sarai this Friday on what happened between him and Cardi B. But Diggs was only 3 receptions for 37 yards, no touchdown. And to have that in the Super Bowl, to play the way that he played in the Super Bowl and not able to capitalize. I think, how many times did they punt in the first half?
Too many.
I don't think that they had a solid run until the fourth quarter, right? I think they punted every single time.
Give me a second. I think it was.
Yeah, I don't think that they had a solid drive until the fourth quarter. So yeah, those are things that are going to lose. You're going to lose the game playing like that. And so there's a lot to take away from how the way Drake May played. There's a lot of things for him to clean up. He was sacked 6 times in that game. Sam Darnold was only sacked 1 time. They need to fix that offensive line. That's what it tells me. He didn't have time to throw. Fix the offensive line. That was another one. 5. Yeah. So DP said 5 punts.
5 points.
5 punts in the game. That's crazy in a Super Bowl. You're not going to win championships that way. The punter was the real MVP.
No, the kicker was the real MVP.
Stop playing. All right, so we'll continue. Anyway, yeah. So at the end of the day, great defensive game on both sides. Kept them in it. DeMarcus Lawrence, he got traded last year from being a Cowboy to being a Seahawk, and he won a Super Bowl. That's kind of crazy takeaway.
Yeah. So for the first 3 quarters,
no shade to the Cowboys.
Yeah. So the first 3 quarters, they had the Patriots had 8 punts and 1 fumble. That's how they started their first 9 drives. As for Darnold leading the league in turnovers, that's actually not factual. It was actually Geno Smith, followed by Tua, and then it was Sam Darnold. So it wasn't the worst. But he still was a 4,000-yard passer. So he did what needed to be done. You obviously said he has a ring. I mean, he's a Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, I mean
so
he's a winner.
But no, I do think the MVP, even though Kenneth Walker had a great game, it still should have been the kicker.
And he's one of the first running backs since I think 98 that's gotten it, a running back.
That is correct.
And also I think they set a record for most field goals, right, in a game.
That is correct as well.
But the Seahawks didn't have any turnovers postseason, right?
That is correct.
At 2 games. Oh, but yeah, they didn't.
2 games is 2 games.
Yeah, I mean it's a record.
Yeah, it's a record. That's cool. It's a cool record to have.
7 times in the 8 times. But no, I don't know. I mean, Kenneth Walker with his stats, I just think you obviously won the game alone by what with the kicker. I mean, and just to break the record, that's the catch. It's like, okay, could you? I would say this: can you actually say, hey, what about co-MVPs?
No.
I feel like this Super Bowl kind of reminded me of last year's Super Bowl because they went 0 points the first 3 quarters. So it was kind of difficult to watch.
It's never difficult to watch.
Philly was. Do I have to take off my belt on live, or? I mean, it wasn't 3 points. I mean, it was belt, like it was. Yeah, I don't want to get too graphic on here, but anyways, yeah. I mean, Kenneth Walker's he's those big runs is what put them in position in field goal range, though. So that
his longest was only 30.
I think 30. For me, the other thing too is Drake May held on to the ball so long that he kept getting sacked, and it was just like,
Oh, that left side of that O line would. Oh man, I was like,
Even in the middle though, when he
no. With
the
what
middle,
happened, having that rookie left side with
the
Will
whole
Campbell,
get rid
yeah,
of
with
all.
Will Campbell on tackle, I mean, just like that dude was getting manhandled like it was nothing. It's like you were a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, and you were getting punked. You were getting bull rushed. It's like, dude, you all got to figure something out.
There was holes everywhere in that O line, it seemed.
But the
The
biggest
defense
factor
was
was that
getting
blind
done
side.
so fast.
Yeah, that blind side though, they need to figure something out, because if you're starting two, that was also something that was a first. You had 2 rookies starting next to each other on the O line. That's the
Pause.
first time.
Pause, junkie. Pause. I'm not putting that on the screen.
But the crowd was a little mild. I'll agree with you on that one, junkie. It wasn't, but also when you're,
Yeah,
everybody wants that that high scoring game. Everybody wants that. Nobody likes a defensive mindset. People can't. You have to think of that way. It's like, I need go 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 go. This is 100%. It's a contact sport. It is the same thing. Like, why do people enjoy UFC over boxing? I know myself, I'll watch boxing all day long because it's methodical. It's one of those things like you got to set yourself up.
I would use a different one.
I don't know. I mean, when you think about it, UFC, why is UFC watched a lot more now? I mean, same concept with the NFL. It's because it's considered that it's go, 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 go.
Watched a lot more now it's not truth. Because the Bud fight versus Canelo, the Stevenson fight against Lopez, the fights that are coming up with Ringo, there are a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of people watching, bro.
It's going back to the way it used to be. It's gonna go back, guys. It's gonna go back because boxing's better. But anyway, that's where people want that high scoring. They want that fast pace because I truly think people want that fast-paced style game, that fast-paced style atmosphere, is because our lives are so chaotic in everyday life that it's finally giving us a chance to and see, like, okay, I can slow down a little bit and just let something else run way too fast for me. And so I think that's the biggest thing, because I know as adults, we're all constantly go, 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 go. So I think that's why people expect that high-powered offense to play that everyone wants. They want the high scoring.
I also think now, considering their schedule, like, was it an easy schedule that they basically got through? Like, I know they've played a lot of like playoff teams, but I don't know. I kind of feel like
I'm gonna use the same answer that Mike is given every time. You still have to go out there and win. They're all in the NFL for a reason.
True. For sure.
So the question was, did they have an easy schedule? You're talking about the Patriots?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they played against the Raiders and lost week 1. They played against the Dolphins, which we know what happened with the Dolphins. They played against the Steelers, lost to the Steelers. They put BTA to the Panthers. They beat the Bills in a thrill, 23-20, but they also split with them. They also lost to them. They played against the Saints and almost lost that game. They played against the Titans. They played against the Browns. They played against the Falcons. And then nobody was in this game except Baker Mayfield. They played against the Buccaneers. They played against the Jets. No Joe Burrow. They played against the Bengals with no defense as well. They played against the Giants with no Scatterbo and the concussion that was going on with Dart. They played again, and then they lost to the Bills. They played against the Ravens, which, I mean, Ravens didn't live into anybody's expectations this year because they should have been that super team everybody was talking about. They played against the Jets again, and then they played against the Dolphins. I mean, you assess that. I mean, to me, that's an easy ass schedule.
I mean, are they playing against full caliber teams? No, they were not. But
they did exactly what they were supposed to do and beat them. I mean, supposed to beat them. But
They did what they were supposed to do.
But then you run my thing is like, okay, then you run into the playoffs, right? And you squeak by the first game, have trouble and get an even playing field against Denver Broncos, and then you play against the Seahawks
with no Bo Nix.
Yeah, with no Bo Nix, and then you go and play.
But hold on a second.
Let me finish. Let me land my plane. So then you go to the Super Bowl and you play against a high caliber defense and three levels of football. Yeah, with that kind of schedule and the way that it led up to, what are we really expecting to happen? They had no body of work. Like if you would have told me they played against, the Rams in there, they played against some of those high caliber teams and beat them, then I'd be like, oh, they ready for the Super Bowl. This might be a good game. But I didn't really have those expectations against the Patriots.
I mean,
we had theories. We had those conspiracy theories and hoping and people were going crazy. I mean, Sarai knows they're going crazy because of the fireworks going off, and I'm like, yo, it was just Bad Bunny's rehearsal. That doesn't mean that the Patriots are they're finna win. Like, it just, if you look at the schedule, look the body work, it should have told you. I mean, they're gonna run into somebody who's gonna put pressure on them, and we found out who they really were. Now the question is next year, right? The schedule that they're going to be given, because they're going to get a first place schedule. We're going to see if they can play at that level, and if they do, then they're for real.
I mean, hold on a second though. They beat the Chargers, only gave up 3 points to the Chargers in the opening round.
Mm-hmm.
Then they played a top defense in the Houston Texans. Like, matter of fact, I believe it's the top defense, and managed to drop 28 on them. Then, yes, you had the Snow Bowl, and that's a Snow Bowl. It doesn't matter what you have. It's any outcome. That's every man for himself.
Okay.
So you can't say they haven't faced a challenge, because, again,
let's go back to the Texans game before you skip over that Texans game. What happened in that Texans game? CJ played his worst game of his whole entire career in that game, if I'm not mistaken, right? Did he throw 4 interceptions? Was there 5 turnovers? There was 5 turnovers in that game?
He did.
So any team in the playoffs.
What about that? But hold on a second. But hold on. What happened? So we've talked about it. The biggest thing is the defense that Houston has. They were the number 1 defense, and they dropped 28 points on them.
Okay.
So you have to give them credit where credit is due. You put 28 points on the number 1 defense in the NFL.
The credit is the fact that they capitalized on the turnovers that CJ Stroud had, and you should have put 28 points. If they did not put 28 points upon the Texans, that's going to be an issue.
Okay, but again, they still put the 28 points on them.
At 28 points, they had 5 turnovers. That means the defense was out there more than the offense was. At some point, the defense can only do so much for you. Just like the Seahawks. The Seahawks in the Super Bowl at the end of the fourth quarter was gassed. Why? Because it was out there a lot. Mm-hmm. And then look at the game really started in the fourth quarter.
But real quick though, how many fumbles did Drake May have that game as well?
Tell us.
4.
I was about to say 4.
He had 4. Lost 2 of them. So you can't sit there and say like, oh, well, he got this. He was having the problem with the ball as well because of how good that defense was. So again, you have to give credit where credit is due. So plus he had a pick. So that means he had 3 turnovers by himself. And yes, DP, there was a pick 6. So that's where you have to like, okay, yes, did they play? Were they the best team in the AFC? Obviously, they were in the Super Bowl. Did they have an easier schedule than most? Yeah, they did. But they won when it was time. You have said that yourself. When it came time, and this is talking about your guys' Philadelphia Eagles, when it came time to it, the defense stepped up, the special teams stepped up, they did what they had to do their job and win the game. They earned it. They played when they needed to play the most. Y'all were making sure to give the Eagles credit during that time. But now all of a sudden it's what happened with the Patriots. Like, hold on, we're not going to give them credit where credit is due. They won where it mattered. Now, I agree with you. When they going to
I
sit
don't
there,
think it's
Again,
I don't
we're
think
not
it's
gonna do
credit
that.
where credit's not due.
Yeah, we're not.
My question was just a hyperbole if they were really the caliber team that most basically held them at a standard to, or was it that they had a cake schedule where there was star players missing? I mean, we could talk about when there's star players not on the field, not on the basketball court. Last night the Lakers lost. Like they were out 4 key players. Like it's important when like your whole team is healthy and you're on there. Now I can say then, yeah, like, oh, okay, they beat the top defense or whatever the case may be. But like it was just a hyperbole if
yes,
I'm
the
not- I'm not
schedule
saying-
makes it easier.
And again, I'm not saying I'm not giving credit where credit is due. I'm pointing out the if you give up that many turnovers, what do you think the expectation is for the opposite team? And
that's where
CJ Stroud played the way that he played. What is your expectations of the team? Drake May needs to win that game. Like if
100%. But that just showed you how good also that defense was.
and which I gave credit to just a while ago, didn't I? Didn't I just say that what surprised me the most about the game and the defensive game? No, I said the thing that surprised me the most was the fact that in this defensive game, the Patriots defense showed up. Didn't I just say that? They kept them to how many field goals? Run the tape back. I just said it. So I see what this game is all about, and when you're talking about the Texans and the Patriots, but I'm also saying CJ Stroud, he had the worst game of his whole entire career. Drake May should have took advantage of that, and he did. He scored 3 touchdowns on them, and he ended up in the Super Bowl. Congratulations, you're supposed to. It's a different conversation. It's a different conversation if they didn't end up in the Super Bowl and they lost to the Texans. We're having a way different conversation.
But as for the schedule, yeah, it does help. It does make things a little bit easier. But they had to go through that. Obviously, 3 playoff teams. They got to the 4th one, and it's like, yeah, wasn't happening. I think next year when they have to play those number 1 seeds, I mean, good luck, because
and we'll really find out.
I think they need key pieces for their upcoming draft.
They've got. I mean, this right here, Junkie says it perfectly. There are no wide receivers. Diggs is old, and they got to do something. The other thing,
why weren't we saying that all season long though? We just started saying that when they lose.
I've been saying that the entire time. They don't have same thing with Buffalo. They didn't have wide receivers, but everyone's like, well, what about Diggs? No, I've been saying it the entire time. Yes, you're going to have caliber teams where you have great players, great teams. Man, the Seahawks, we talked about it last week. All level. They were playing on all 3 levels. When you're playing on all 3 levels, and I don't even feel that we saw all 3 levels from Seattle in the Super Bowl. I don't.
They had a pick 6 on their defense. They sacked them 3 times. They kicked the field goal how many times?
I'm not talking about that.
How many levels do you want?
I don't think offensively they were running it. I don't think it was 100% offensively. I don't think they were 100. I would say they were at 90. I would say they were at 90.
90 is a good percentage.
I don't think that they were at 100%. If I had to grade defense, man, I'm giving you an A+. Special teams with what they did, A+. Offensively, I'm sitting probably at a B, a high B, low A, A-, right in there. That's where I'm sitting at. I don't think offensively they played. It was the special teams and it was a defense. It's the same exact concept. You can take it all the way back to Tampa when Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl. It was a special teams and it was a defense. Sometimes there's going to be those things, but Dilfer did what he had to do. He is a Super Bowl champ. It goes down on record. Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champ. But I felt if you had to grade the aspect offensively, this defense was legit. This defense was Legion of Boom-esque. It was flashbacks of that. That's what I remember seeing, a few years ago.
But wouldn't that, so then the Patriots also had the opportunity because defense wins championships. So the defense on the Patriots were playing too.
They were playing, the defense was playing just a little bit better. I'm not saying that the Patriots defense wasn't playing. I mean, you're only giving up field goals in the first half.
They definitely put Drake May in an opportunity to capitalize. I mean, the defense did their job. I mean, like think about it. Think about it like this. It was 6 points. I think it was, what was the score? It was at halftime, I believe 9-0, right?
12. No, 9-0. I'm sorry. It was 12-0 after 3 quarters.
So think about it like this, all right? It's 9-0, okay? And they had an opportunity to score at the end. They scored at 7 points. It's 7-9 game going into halftime. Drake May had all the opportunity to make this a game. Down by 2 at halftime, like it could have been a game again. For sure. Like you're right, piggybacking what you said. The defense did show up. It did. I mean,
that's just what I saw. I just felt that the offense for Seattle, it wasn't 100%. So Junkie's even saying it's same thing with Josh.
No, he quoting Jalen Hurts.
I had a purpose. I don't. Yeah.
But all in all, we had a Super Bowl. It wasn't the way that everybody expected it to be for 4 quarters, but at least the last 2 quarters lived up to what we thought it could be. They had an opportunity towards the end to really make this a game, and Seahawks went ahead and sealed the deal and put the nail in the coffin, and that's what we got for Super Bowl 60, y'all. Any last thoughts on that?
I'm looking forward to LA. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Man, it's gonna be epic. That's it. All right, let's move into Hearts and Hooves.
Yeah, so this is Rudy. He is up for adoption. You guys can always visit our website at heartsandhousrescue.org. For Rudy, let me tell you a little bit about this guy. He is such a cutie pie. He is a 3-year-old male husky. He has quite the personality. Currently, right now, he weighs 35 pounds. He is neutered, vaccinated, microchipped. And he is looking for his forever home. If you guys are ever interested in adopting, you can always visit heartsandhouserescue.org to see all the adoptable pets and cats, because we do also have Hearts and Meows. They do have the different adoption fees there. Any dog that you decide or cat that you decide to adopt, it does come fully vetted. Hearts and House Rescue is a 501 nonprofit organization based out here in Texas. It's an organization based off of labor of love. And basically, it's fully powered by volunteers that have the hearts for animals. So yeah, you can always visit our website again, or you can always scan that QR code. If you'd like to also provide any type of monetary donation, we are tax deductible, so you can always write that puppy off. But yeah, visit our website at any time.
Wait, did you say you write that puppy off? I freaking love it. You can write that puppy off.
Unintended.
That was classic. We got to clip that. DP view the chat. We got to clip Sarai's write that puppy off. I like that. I can make a song, write that puppy off. Never mind. We'll get into that later. But yeah, so now we hit our last little stride here. Way too early Super Bowl picks. There was a he said, somebody check on Ken. It beat the fan out of my boy. He said he had to take a whole month off. Oh, heck nah. But we're walking into our last little segment here, guys. Way too early prediction. You can put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends and your family about us to hit that subscribe button. It is free. It don't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button. So make sure you do that. And don't forget to visit us at www.sportsloungemedia.com. We seen some images, right? We've been looking at these logos for quite some time, and they've been pretty accurate on what the teams are going to look like in the Super Bowl. And this year, I think everybody has seen the logo. A lot of orange in there, looks like a lot of green in there, looks like. Yeah. So what are we looking like? What is your guys' Super Bowl picks? Way too early. It's way too early to pick, but we're gonna pick it anyways for the sake of this show. You guys again put it in the chat box below. Mark, who do you got? I know you got the Bears for the orange. So who do you have for the green?
No, it is not going to be the Bears for the orange.
Oh, I thought it would have been.
No.
Oh, okay. I missed it. Go ahead though.
Me saying the Bears for the orange is like you saying it's going to be the Giants win the World Series.
Yeah, it's probably equivalent to that.
See, exactly.
If we're talking baseball, yeah, it's equivalent to that.
No, I actually think it's this next year. I think Denver's going to have a chance going in the AFC.
And then your NFC pick is
Green Bay.
Ooh,
you pick your own team.
We got to clip that twice on Sunday. We got to clip it twice on Sunday. He said his own dang team. I was waiting for the Lions. There's some way if you mix two colors and you put it in transparency. I was waiting for that.
Denver and Green Bay. That's who I think next year.
Eyes. If you squint them enough, you'll probably see the Lions back there. No Lions. Okay, that's cool. But you got Broncos and Packers
and Green Bay.
Okay, that's not a bad pick. Sarai, who do you got? You got your Seahawks going back to back?
No, but I did say that last year, my West Coast team. I actually have the Chargers.
Chargers, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And who? So that's your AFC team. Mm-hmm. And who's going to be the NFC team?
NFC team is going to be hard. Let me think about it. I'm looking at the logo. That's what I'm looking at, y'all.
No, Junkie. Tennessee's going after the Natty.
In Vegas.
You know what? I might say Seahawks are going to go back. Chargers and Seahawks next year.
He was so shocked by that. See, I don't know what's going on. We both having the same issue.
What happened? Somebody kicked me again off. Anyways.
Yeah. So that's what I think.
It won't be my first time being kicked today off of a panel.
She said, wait, who you said Seahawks?
Mm-hmm. I said Chargers and Seahawks.
Chargers and Seahawks. So you do having the Seahawks going back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. It's too early, but
it's way too early.
Colors. That's what I think.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, my turn. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Denver. Bo Nix comes back. I think they have a little bit. Yeah, I think they make it. I think Denver makes it on the opposite side. If we're looking just at the logo, again, I got Denver for the orange, and then for the green. See, here's what the interesting part. The interesting part about all of this is the fact that I'm gonna go with my team. I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles, but hear me out. Minion was really talked about a lot, and the way that we constructed this offensive staff might be we'll see how it all pans out. But what history has told us is We miss the Super Bowl. We make the Super Bowl. We miss the Super Bowl. We make the Super Bowl. We missed it this year. We might make it next year. So I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles with Broncos. I'm gonna go with NF Junkie, and if not the Eagles, I'm gonna go with Sarai. It will be the Seahawks for the green. One of those two teams. I do believe in the
You
Packers.
forgot we talked to Jordan Mailata.
Yeah.
Just remember the conversation that he said that we will keep as privileged information.
Oh, we can't say that on here.
That's what I said. We will keep that as privileged information. It stays in-house.
Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of hesitant on really being sold. But if we're talking about way too early, if they may figure it out, I mean, based on pure talent, that's what I'm basing on. Pure talent, the Eagles should be there. And so should the Broncos.
I thought we were talking about colors. I'm confused now.
With the color scheme, yeah, with the color scheme. So Eagles or Seahawks, but for sure on the orange side.
And the only reason why I say Chargers is because Mike McDaniel is going from Miami. So everybody's talking about this Miami color, talking about Waddle being at the front, but McDaniels just went from Miami to the Chargers. The Waves represent a West Coast team. And there is blue and yellow in that logo.
That's a good theory. That could happen. It's Harborough, so it could happen. I'm not mad at it. I'm mad at it.
Anyways, that's my thoughts. Y'all laughed at me when I said Seahawks last year, so it is what it is.
Anyway,
that just so you all know,
Yes,
you're
go
not
ahead.
hearing things. It is an inside
Okay.
thing that happened in Vegas.
Hold on. Why is someone looking like that though?
Because she's tired of hearing that. Just like I'm like, bro.
And I just saw a Waymo yesterday outside of my tent. I about punched the car.
You punched the car.
I said I was about to.
Oh, it would have talked to you. I think they talk back. I don't know if it's like a Zuki, but they talk back to you.
I'm gonna say I want to try to see if I can get something to talk back from. I was sitting there talking on the camera, like, man, do you actually ever reply? Those stupid cars are freaky.
Yeah, I'll ride in them. I ain't tripping.
Nope. Mm-mm.
They were running red lights in San Fran.
They sure were. They were running. They were running red lights. They had one that was
like 1 or 2 times.
I was like, please, I will get paid. Let it happen.
And then we pulled up next to one, and Chosen was like, roll down the window. That one had a driver, and the driver looks at him like,
Wow. He was like, no way. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that completes our show. Again, let's talk a little bit about what it's going to look like, guys. We are transitioning next week into NBA. So,
go Spurs.
okay, she switched up on us.
Go Spurs.
She's a Spur fan now. She went from Dallas,
Wemby.
Lakers, now Spurs. That's wild. Anyway,
Welcome
so
to the NBA. Nothing but actors.
okay.
I like.
Way to pump up our show, Mark. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we're going to be talking about NBA next week, all the way through the NBA Finals, and then we'll get right back into NFL. So
No. People got to remember we got baseball also in the mix. Also, the reason why it's called the greatest game of all time.
yeah, Mark is going to be covering that on Saturdays for you guys as well.
Yeah, we're also going to be bringing on Wednesdays too.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go. I'm going to quit the show, guys. This is probably my resignation because we all over the damn place at this point. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I guess wait, you'll come and see.
You gotta
I don't
see
know
it.
what we're going to bring what content, and we're going to be figuring it out like we always do. But come check us out. Appreciate each and every one of you guys in your community that you guys brought to the show. And we will see you guys next time on the Sports Lounge Media next Wednesday at 6:00. Don't forget to tune in. Love y'all.
This segment is brought to you by Brian Martino Construction. Welcome to
turn the simple into magic. Turn the background to a classic. Love ain't just in February, no, no. It's late night calls when your heart feels heavy. It's slow jams playing in a parked up Chevy. A real thing, baby, we don't move petty. Love ain't just in February, yeah. Sunday sweats and your big